All right, moving on to running backs. My boom is a guy that you usually like is Najee Harris.
Buttons till this point. Can they make some plays here where they need them? Harris in the pass game. Harris on the plus side of the field. Harris breaking free, still on his feet. Harris will check the.
It's kind of like we'll see, but then Jayden Warren's still out.
Yeah.
Both the backups are out, so I would see more uptick in carries. But he didn't see it this past week in week 4.
Right.
But I assume because of his game script.
Right.
But playing against the Cowboys as well, I think that
Not the best.
Not the best. I think Cowboys have given up at least top 10 points for running backs. And so I know Justin Fields is going to have the ball in his hands a lot, but Najee obviously has established a run game.
Yeah.
And so I think he will, like you always say, if you have the carries, it's,
right.
it's
the opportunities.
Yes,
the ops.
The opportunity. So,
right.
Yeah, I think Najee will have a good game.
Okay, on to bust. My bust at running back is Zach Moss.
Burrow looking, swing, Moss slips, dives, touchdown.
He's been playing decent,
Mm-hmm.
but he's playing the number 1 rushing defense in Baltimore, who has actually, I hope this is right from what I saw on this, from my research, but they've allowed 57 rushing yards per game, which is elite. Elite. Baltimore is also a running team, meaning more time of possession or less time of possession.
Yes,
for
that's a good point.
Bengals. Bengals are obviously also going to, again, assuming they're going to be down or competitive, I think Joe's going to have to throw the ball a lot. And so Zach Moss is a bit of a touchdown dependent back this week.
I see. That's that point about the Ravens. Yeah, makes sense.
Yeah.
My bust for running back this week is Travis Etienne.
Etienne, 2 carries for 10 yards as he plays through the shoulder injury. Gets the call here. Around the right side, Etienne lowers his shoulder and picks up a first down.
Yeah, they're playing against the Colts, who have only given up 1 touchdown to running backs all season.
That's perfect. Etienne also never likes to score touchdowns.
That's week 1. Also, another thing that's not his fault is Tank Bigsby is playing much better than him.
Again, here we go. Yep.
So, and it's tough when you have 2 backs.
Yeah.
And one is supposed to be arguably the better one.
Right.
But then when you have a backup playing much better than you.
Yeah.
And also Travis is coming off that shoulder injury.
Yep.
I know he came back, but you don't want to force if you don't have to.
Right.
So I feel like in this game, depending on how Travis is, they're going to rely more on Tank.
Right. One wrong hit could take him out the game.
Exactly. So they don't want to risk that. So if you have an established backup, why not use him? So
Yeah.
I do see more opportunities for Tank, which obviously means Travis is going to get the short end of the stick.
Yeah. Okay. Good pick with Travis Etienne. That Jaguars need anything they can get. And so that's a great segue because my sleeper is Tank Bigsby.
Up the middle, there's plenty of room for Bigsby. Tank off to the races at the 20, at the 10, and they won't get him. Touchdown. Oh, they're saying he's out.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I do agree. Colts have a solid defense, but although they give up a lot of yards, they do give up a lot of yards. But again, it's echoing everything you just said. All it takes is one little ding, and Etienne's out, and Bigsby is doing his thing. But I think he had like 8 to 9 carries, and he's still almost at 100 yards.
Tank.
Yeah,
Yeah, he did break off for like a good 40-yard
40-yard run,
but
right?
I think he had, I believe it was like 9 carries for like 90 yards.
Yeah, and so again, it's one of those things. And so as a sleeper, a deep sleeper, if you need some, some firepower, I think Bigsby has a chance.
And we're coming up to like the first real bye week too,
Right.
so I'm sure some people might need gaps.
Exactly. So, but although Bigsby's a risky pick because the last time he had a good game and we thought we should start him, the following game he stunk it up.
Yeah, but that's what happens,
That is true. So,
I'm gonna separate off you as I have on the other side of the field. My sleeper is Trey Sermon.
2nd and 9, so it's Sermon's gig for the moment. Sermon taking on tacklers.
wow.
JT
He's out, right?
Still out, still not playing. So Trey's gonna have the opportunity. Jags have a pretty terrible rushing defense. they've allowed a touchdown to a running back every single game except for one. So with that team, we don't know who the quarterback is still, right?
I think I know who it should be.
I mean, I know who you think it should be.
Big Dig Joe.
But I think Trey Sermon's gonna get a lot of opportunities if he
Right.
does get to play. And so if he ends up playing with JT out, he's going to be a very serviceable flex.
Yeah.
Or even RB2, depending on the game script too.
Right. I
Yeah.
mean, if he starts the game, he should be almost startable.
Yeah, I
Right.
think so too, yeah.
So.